Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Nimsuck Production. In this channel, I normally release music and some testimonies, but in this video, I want to talk about the meaning of legally blind and how far I can see and what I can see and nystagmus. Okay, so people often think that legally blindness means that they see blurry or, you know, on a Snellen chart, the biggest letter on there without glasses. But when they put their glasses on, they actually see 20/20 or better, right? So that's not what it means. Legally blindness means when you see 2200 or worse with the best correction, with glasses or contacts. In my case, that's exactly how I see. So what you see at 20 feet, no, hold on. Let me take it back. So what you see at 200 feet, I see at 20 feet only. That's what it means. And that's with the best correction. All right. And then nystagmus. What that is when somebody's eyes, like in my case, they move involuntarily. I'm sure you all can see in the video. You're probably thinking, what in the world is wrong with this guy's eyes, right? Well, that's exactly what happens. And it's extremely difficult to focus, reading, writing, so on and so forth. I've had so much trouble in school, but by God's grace, I went through it, you know? And what I can see and how far I can see, well, I did say how far I can see. What you see at 200 feet, I can only see at 20 feet. What I can see is what everybody else sees, right? I'm looking around the room. I see couches with pillows. I see my water bottle on the table. I see a tambourine on the table. So I can see, you know, but the thing that I can't see is detail. A good example is like when, for example, I'm looking at my watch, right, from this distance. I can tell what time it is. It's 12:10, right? But when I extend my arm and I'm looking from this distance, okay, you guys can see it. I cannot tell what time it is, considering my eyes move very rapidly. Like I've mentioned earlier, it's extremely difficult for me to focus and to see what time it is. So even when I'm looking at print, doesn't matter where, newspaper, Bible, a letter, whatever it is, I can tell there's print even from this distance, right? I'm holding, I don't know, this for example. This is LED remote. Sometimes I have to do this, right? I have to like bring it close to my eyes and kind of squint in order for me to keep my eyes very steady. But if I'm looking at the remote from here, I literally cannot tell. I can tell the colors. I can tell, you know, all the colors on the remote, but the little symbols that's on the buttons, I literally cannot tell what it says or what it is. I have to use a magnifying glass or, you know, it has to be blown up for me to see it very clearly. But all in the nutshell, that's what those three things are, you know. Legally blindness, like I said, it's being legally blind with the best correction, having visual acuity of 20 over 200. And then nystagmus is when your eyes move involuntarily. Some people's eyes move up and down. Some people's eyes move into a circular motion. I mean, imagine that. They'll probably get that individual very dizzy. Mine move like this, side to side. And at times, it's crazy, man. I don't necessarily get sick, but when there's a lot of light, especially at night, you know, with a lot of traffic, when we drive and whatnot, sometimes I have to kind of shut my eyes, you know, to kind of make my eyes calm down a little bit. So it's interesting. But yeah, that's exactly what it is, and it's not easy, but it's doable. Obviously, with technology nowadays, I mean, I do use my Windows computer. I use Windows Magnifier, which helps me enormously. I use my smartphone with Androids and iPhones. It's nice that you can actually zoom in, zoom out, whatever, voiceover or talk back, whatever, right? It's really nice that the technology improved so much over the course of so many years. And I know an individual, well, that has no sight at all, and she's navigating her phone like a normal sighted person with voiceover, which is amazing. So it's doable. It's more than doable, actually. So yeah, that's what exactly how things work nowadays. I know back in the day, I did use a closed circuit television, a CCTV, years ago, and that was very helpful. I remember the first time when I used that, it was black and white, but I remember that I was able to zoom in and I was like, man, this is cool. This is so much easier to read. But yeah, thanks for watching and y'all have a good day.